Oh, hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Mitchell.
I'm Leo Dottavio.
And we are the Fuck Men. We are the #1 relationship, dating, and sex advice podcast
In Thailand.
Yeah. We're huge in Thailand.
It's
Don't know
weird.
how that happened. No idea how that. We're also huge in Finland.
Yeah, the Finnish.
The Finns love us.
Finns are obsessed with us.
Yeah.
And they
After
have
2
some good-looking women.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great looking women.
Yeah.
Very opposite of Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we got huge there after
It's-
1 episode, but
I
we're
don't
huge.
either. I don't either, but I'm happy for it. They're
I
not really
love it.
Patreon guys. They're not really Patreon people, but they're good in the comments. Can't really read any of the what they're. I can't even understand what they're saying. in
Well,
the comments,
I didn't even know they had internet in Thailand.
Same.
Yeah, but anyways, we're going to be touring in Thailand and Finland.
Mm-hmm.
So check out our website for dates.
Yeah. It's July.
You guys follow us, of course, on the channel.
Mm-hmm. Please subscribe.
Yes. I don't even know what the channel is called because we're recording this before any of that is set up. Well, it'll be in the intro. It'll be in the intro when we intro it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, please like and subscribe. Follow us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Leave us a comment, rate and review. Of course, check out the YouTube live Zooms. You can be part of the super chat for advice. Extra advice tailored specifically to you. Let's get into the show. Leo, How the hell are you? Good to see you after
Good to see
this
you, boss.
Whole week we took off from the last show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. How was your week?
My week was great, man. I'm going on a little run with no masturbating.
Nice.
Yeah. I took a week off jerking off. Semen retention is the new pseudoscience now, I've noticed. So I went about a week without jacking it, and then of course I broke the seal. And after you pop, it's like Pringles, you can't stop. So then I was jerking off like I was freshly back in prison, which sounds gay, right?
I mean, is that what you do in prison?
But you do. You play chess, you lift weights, you play basketball, hacky sack, and then you jerk off.
Where do you jerk off?
Your cell.
Like the other guy's there?
No, you usually, he can be. But no, I usually tell my celly to fucking hit a couple of laps, celly. It's post-lunch. Daddy needs his post-lunch jack. So, but if you're cool with your cellmate and he's like a young guy and he's in flow, it's like having a roommate. You guys get it, right? You're like, hey, man, go play some horseshoes. I need to write a letter home.
Gotcha.
One of those things. So I went on a streak this week with no jacking. Apparently it's supposed to be good for you. Have you practiced semen retention?
No.
Okay, what's your jerk off schedule like?
I think it's got to be at least once or twice a day.
Wow.
Every day.
Forever? For as long as you're...
I'm coming probably, I don't know, with this, I don't know, yeah.
Do you jack with full hard on?
Yeah.
Wow, so you're fully chubbed up. Is it a routine? Is it like love making to yourself? Or do you just is it like any time you feel a heat coming on, you take care of
Sometimes
yourself?
the shower. I think it's the shower before bed, solid,
You jack off in the shower? What are you, a college student?
I mean, it's just the cleanest thing to do. But yeah, no, I sometimes in bed do, I'll sext a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Do you jack off to porn?
It's almost strictly sexting humans. Yeah.
Okay, so you're
Very few.
So
I'm
you're
not
dirty.
a huge
You're
fan of porn. I would say once every couple.
Porn
weeks.
is bad for you, dude. I do a
It
joke
is.
about this in my act, but the problem with watching porn and then trying to go have sex with a woman, especially if it's a woman you like, which is who you should be trying to have sex with, in my opinion.
That's a big mistake.
It's going to diminish it because let's face it, good girls fuck like shit.
Well, not just that. It's like
and porn people watch. They're the pros.
I had a nurse tell me that this was the porn generation.
Right.
Which means that the most young men with erectile dysfunction she's ever seen, or any of the nurses that have been there for a long time have ever seen.
Well, this is not just a nurse you were fucking. This is a nurse at the doctor's office.
Nurse. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
It was a nurse that was at the doctor's office. And, she was like, I've been prescribing Viagra and Cialis to young people at an outstanding amount, like crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And that is porn. I mean, look, bleached assholes don't exist that often in real life.
Right.
I have yet to see.
They fucking should, though. If you're a woman out there, and we're going to actually, that's one of the questions in here, so we'll save it. But there is a thing about evolution. Yeah, that's right. I said evolution, not evolution. I'm one of those assholes.
Evolution?
Evolution. It's about evolution, right? Like, we're not Little House on the Prairie. This is not the 1880s. We don't get around in covered wagon. You don't have to dress like a Mennonite. Like, there are such things. Like, yeah, in the 70s, no men fucking groomed their balls in their nutsack and their taint. We all kind of do it now. We all know about Manscaped. Shout out to Manscaped. Hey, if we're looking for sponsors.
Absolutely.
But we trim up our nutsack. We shave our fucking pubic region. I shave the hair on
every single girl.
I shave the hair on my lower back. But I'm saying it's grooming. So like women need to update their grooming standards. So
medically getting their asshole bleached.
Yeah,
having a procedure.
Even if you can't take it that far, you know, you can go see the Thai ladies. Speaking of Thailand, you know, like speaking of our fan base, you can go down to the Thai shop and, you know, if you're in a relationship, yeah, you care about sex with your partner, there is a standard. Yeah. So it's like meeting an expectation, right?
I think, look, the Russian girls that you meet, I have experienced, the ones that are trying to find a husband in
right.
in America.
Right.
They all, and the Russian women are synonymous for taking care of themselves, but they do tend to
hate Ukrainians.
The Ukrainians. They have the very hairless and pristine vaginas.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. And guess what? They're finding a lot of rich men.
They are finding a good amount of rich men.
Find a lot of rich men.
True, but if you want to let it all hang out, look, you know, like there's a lot of women out there that
we don't condone that on this podcast.
We don't, but no, we definitely don't. But I'm saying you're just not going to get any attention from some top-notch dudes. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. You can go ahead and as you're a girl, and you can have hairy armpits. You could have a hairy asshole. One of the most absolutely demoralizing and inhuman things that there are in the world.
Second only to hairy nipples. Have you had the hairy nip?
Hairy nipple girls? Maybe one hair on there.
Ooh,
but not like crazy
you
hairy
see how
nipples?
I just recoiled right there?
You saw hairy nipples like what? Like hairy, like almost like
I'm talking about one of them. One of them was an Asian chick. Okay, so she had. If you see, can we zoom in on Leo's nipple? So that's she actually had a nipple that was dark like that. Because you have an Asian. You have like a
Asian like
you have Asian. Well, you have Asian hue. You have Asian hue. This was the color of her skin. She was yellow, and she had. So lift that mic up. So she had this nipple like that, and just one protruding dark hair that popped out of the side, and clearly she had either forgot to wax it, she had been waxing it, or she just had never got it waxed yet.
Were you done for the evening when that happened?
Oh no, I still definitely fucked her. But my point is like it was gross and it did something to me viscerally to where I could kind of never. The asshole is actually worse than the nipple hair.
Have you seen a hairy asshole?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Me too.
And that's I want to save it for the chat because we have this great question here that kind of relates to hygiene.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm seeing a woman who I think could be the mother of my children. What? So much, she's so cool that she will listen to this episode.
The one you told me about?
She will subscribe, leave a comment because she wants to help the show out in the algorithm. She will hear this.
The one you told me about.
I told her. Yes, I told you about recently.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. She's bad. She's
blonde.
Like what?
Blonde?
No. Shh. What blonde? No. She's not blonde. She's 5'11". She's a fucking stunner. She's like, and she's not on Instagram barely. She's not a fucking model. She was a model, but she's like got a job.
What'd she do?
She's just, you know, whatever. Fucking.
You don't want your ex to find out.
Who gives a shit, right? She works in, you know, some cube but she travels a lot. She seems to enjoy herself, keeps her body tight, like does Peloton classes. What do you call that? Pure Bar or whatever that fucking horse shit is that, you know, women with no lives do. She teaches them. She has a life. She teaches other women with no life. Yeah. So she's into cycling, all this shit. Her taint is a little hairy.
Really?
Yes. Her taint is a
She's
little hairy.
listening to this. Is this how you're going to tell her?
Yes. This is how I'm going to tell her. This
on
is
the pod?
On the pod. And then we're going to have her on the pod.
Stop. Direct this message to her. Use maybe not her real name.
No, we'll use a pseudonym. We'll call her
Lucille Ball.
Well, Lucille
Black
Ball
Ricky from the last pod.
Black Ricky wrote on the last pod.
No. Let's go with La Malinche.
La Malinche. Yeah,
Nah.
La Malinche, which of course in Portuguese means hairy taint. So La Malinche. It's very easy for girls to forget to wax the taint. This is an honest mistake. You know what I mean? Because they do. She takes care of the pussy, right? You take care of the asshole, but you forget that there's a strip between the asshole and the pussy. And that is, of course, in scientific parlance known as 3, 2, 1, the taint. And for guys, it's not that big of a deal because mostly, unless you're a real freak and abusive, you're not lifting up your nutsack and making your girl eat your ass out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we, like, as being grown-ass men, like to get in there, right? We like to spread the cheeks. We like to lick up to down, back to front, cunt to ass, ass to cunt. And so right under there, we see the taint strip. And I've been turned off by many a girl that has just had a bush down there. And you look, if you're fine with that, great. We're not kink shaming anyone. We're not body shaming anyone.
If you like hair, go for it.
Right. But if that's holding you back from being the best lover to your partner, you have to address it somehow.
So you're addressing La Malinche right now.
I'm addressing La Malinche.
She will leave
we
a
might
comment.
have to take this entire swath of podcast out. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. I'm living life
on the edge.
how I want to live it. And she's so fucking cool.
You never told her in person?
I never told her in person.
Oh my God.
So
she's going to actually listen to this.
She may.
I don't even know who you are. So.
Yeah. So that the whole thing of it is, I don't know, that's something. What I'm saying is, La Malinche, I love you however you are, but for all the women out there, don't neglect your taint, because that's it is something that a real masculine motherfucker like Leo and myself, I don't call myself a real masculine motherfucker, but I put you first. That's something we're going to see. And it's part of the asshole. You got to include that in your asshole wax.
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest. I'm not a guy that's like, hey, by the way, I just would be like, hey, so it was nice meeting you. See you again.
Okay, nice.
And then
well,
it would just
Leo,
be like, bye.
Leo undermined my point, Dottavio.
Sorry.
For the win. Just kidding.
So,
but yeah, that's a thing for me. So,
yeah.
you know, but that's.
But no, I think you're brave for telling your girl on the pod right now about these issues with her taint.
Look, my ex hated the hair on my lower back. I call it my back pussy. And so we ended up breaking up before I could get it waxed. But like, I was about to wax it for her.
You could just like trim it, dude.
Yeah, you trim it, you wax it. She hated my fucking crooked toes, which are disgusting. They go like that. There's second toes next to the big toe.
Really?
And they're like talons. They're like falcon talons.
Everybody's got a little bit. I'm looking at my toes right now. They got a little bit of that.
But, you know, my point is, you want to fuck me with socks on, baby? You want me to fuck you with my socks on? I'll do that. You know, I'll fuck you like a CEO on a secretary. So that's fine. Watch us get back together.
Oh God.
Point stands.
Awkward.
Hey, I'm so happy for you guys.
This is awkward. Well, but our first question, you know.
I guess we'll get to that. I guess we'll start with the silly stuff first. How to tell her that her vagina smells?
Well, you kind of did it. Do it on a podcast, like Johnny told.
Yeah, you could just start a podcast and then get 5 listeners, and one of them is her,
and then keep hinting that you want her to listen to it.
Yeah,
like, hey, you listen to my pod?
Like, hey, yeah, dude, it's blowing up.
I really like your opinion on it.
How to tell her that her vagina smells? Hey, boys, love the podcast. So I'm in a bind. I don't know if it's bad luck or if I'm manifesting it or both, but I've been on a run lately of hooking up with girls who have had really bad smelling vaginas.
Damn.
I'm not just saying this to be crude or shallow. It's a real thing. Oh, buddy, I feel you. It is a real thing. I started dating this woman who I really, really like. We've had sex 3 times, and 2 of those times, her pussy smelled really funky, like so much so that I didn't want to go down on her. I want to date her, and I really like her, but I can't go on this way. How do I tell her about her stank pussy without hurting her feelings?
You're going to hurt her feelings.
Well, one, you don't call it a stank pussy, first of all.
Don't tell her that.
Well, thank you, Jimmy from Fort Worth for writing in. We really appreciate it.
Her stank pussy. He's one of those Texas dudes who are a little like they got some
spitting tobacco out as he tells her.
He's got a little bit of that like urban like black dude like talk, you know, but he's country at the same time.
Yeah. He's a country black dude.
Yeah.
Who like open carries. I imagine Jimmy from Fort Worth has an open carry permit, works in the oil rigs, and he calls his girl his old lady after 3 dates of seeing her.
Exactly.
He's spitting tobacco out like Clint Eastwood in the 70s. Now listen here. Make sure you've got some dripping. Make sure you got some tobacco juice dripping from your chin as you lovingly tell her that her cunt stinks. What did you say? Stank pussy. No, this is a thing, dude. I actually remember the summer of 2020, I went on a run of hooking up with chicks that had smelly pussy. Here's the thing. There's a couple of things you have to ask yourself. What kind of stank is it? Right? Is it simply that she's been at work all day, or you hooked up with her in the summer in August and you were out, you went out to dinner, you're in the Texas heat. It's humid. You're
It'll
both,
happen.
you're both kind of like moving around. There'll be some funk to it. I personally like a little bit of funk on the, like I don't mind
Just
it
so
sometimes.
You know it's a pussy, yeah.
Or is it that, the other one, did she just have her period recently?
The pH balance could be off.
So the pH balance could be off a little bit. So chicks that just coming off their period, like even girls that I've been with that have had immaculate vaginas,
right.
every now and then will have that little, that like smells like pennies. You know what I mean? They just came out of that hint of copper in their pussy smell.
It's almost like it's like a wet food market. What is that in China?
Oh, a wet market?
It's like a wet market.
Did
in China.
Wuhan did the Wuhan flu? Did the coronavirus start in this chick's pussy? I don't know. But so those two things can be worked around. Like if it is that kind of stench, and if you fucked enough, you know.
Yeah.
If it is that kind of stench, hang in there. It's probably just a fluke, right?
Yeah. 100%.
But if it's number 3, if it's BV, bacterial vaginosis,
which is a thing,
which is a real thing. If it's got that real chemically smell to it,
it's bad.
That shit ain't going away.
It's bad where it'll take your boner away.
It'll take your boner away, and you won't want to eat.
Yeah,
and you won't want to go down on her, which is like
you won't even want to touch a tuna fucking sandwich.
I don't even want to fuck a girl, even if I don't have to eat her out or like touch her pussy. I don't want to fuck her if her pussy has this bacterial vaginosis.
It's unfortunate, and there are funky sack cocks out there too. But
are there?
Yeah.
Where does your cock funk come from?
Well, I mean,
it's the name of this episode, by the way.
Where does your cock funk? I mean, it's just like a sweaty.
It's like you're talking about French cheese. Sir, where does this cock funk?
Oh my God.
Where does this cock funk originate from? What region in France?
Dude, if you have
do you get your dick cheese
cock,
from?
Dude, if you don't shower for like 2 days, your cock smells like
yeah,
shit.
but that's an easy fix. That's a lifestyle fix.
Yeah.
A girl with bacterial vaginosis, that's something in her innards, you know?
Yes.
So if
bacterial vaginosis, that's a tough one. I mean, what I don't think I've.
There's
I just
you
like
can do. Hold on, let's look it up.
If I'm being honest, you know, Johnny, if I've run into the bacterial vaginosis, I just probably just never hit that girl up again. Is that wrong?
But what are you supposed to do? Like,
well, how do you tell her? I'm looking to you, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Bacterial vaginosis is a vaginal infection caused by bacteria. It is the most common cause of abnormal vaginal discharge that occurs in reproductive age women, right? So most young women who have not gone through menopause yet. Well, there's a solution. You could just, fuck chicks 55 and up. Treatment. Is there a treatment?
Of course, yeah.
For bacterial vaginosis?
It involves.
There's all kinds of bacterial vaginosis treatments.
Of course.
Like it says it's usually an oral pill.
It's an oral pill. All right.
Yeah, and it may go away in a few days on its own. I've been with chicks. I've hooked up with chicks like kind of throughout the years, the same chick. And if she always has a smelly pussy, then that's BV. I don't think it just goes away. And this guy can't bank off of it just going away, I don't think.
No, obviously, because we've all run into girls. I've tried it years apart, even one.
Right.
The second time it was still smelly.
Yeah,
I think, what I've thought to that, though? Maybe this could be it. This is what I think sometimes. Because those smelly vagina girls that I've hooked up with, they've all went on to have smelly vagina, relationships with other men, and they didn't care. What if it's the universe or you as a man? I mean, look, pheromones don't match up always.
Right.
Sometimes a girl doesn't smell as good as a girl should,
right?
Because your body's telling you not to reproduce with her. So I think the smelly vagina, part of the time, I sometimes feel like it's like my body rejecting hers as like a possible partner, like we shouldn't reproduce.
Oh, wow.
I think it might be God.
That's interesting. Look, that is kind of the Zen way to look at things, right? Like it's just not meant to be.
Right.
So you're suggesting that maybe Jimmy from Fort Worth needs to just simply
move on. Yeah. I mean, the universe is telling you not to put your penis into that vagina. I mean, she could be very promiscuous. She could be having sex with 3 different guys, 2 guys jizz inside of her, and the 3rd guy might use a condom 40% of the time.
Yeah. Or she's a prostitute. Now
she could be a prostitute on the side,
and we're a very pro sex work on this podcast. It's fun. But that's sometimes girls don't want to be with me because of my profession, which is almost as low as a prostitute.
It's just a tad.
It's probably actually lower than a sex worker. Most comedians get paid much less than sex workers.
And if you could make money doing OnlyFans, you would.
100%. Right. Thought about it. Mm-hmm. But look, there are treatments. So I'm reading here. There's plenty of like over-the-counter oral treatments you can take to kind of restore your pH balance.
So what are you suggesting? The guy buys one of these and maybe drops it off in a little care package?
He has like a stork that delivers babies that they used to tell people that's how babies get made. Just drop it off. He has a carrier pigeon drop off BV medication at this chick's work. No, so that is the good question though. How do you tell her that her vagina smells? Well, look, man, I for one will tell a chick that.
Anonymous phone call. Make one of your friends call her from a block line, leave a message. Oh my God,
that's brilliant. Have her call from somebody, or even better, if he's from out of the country.
Right.
Shoot her a text over WhatsApp or something, a random phone call, a random text message. Oh my God, hey, this is your ex. Maybe because she'll think it's an ex. Yeah. Be like, hey, I just want you to know your vagina smells really bad.
It's rancid. You should do something about it.
Hey, are you like douching yourself with battery acid? Because that's what you're...
That's
what your pussy smells like.
Did you gerbil and forget that the gerbil was in your vagina and it died and or maybe had babies and now it smells terrible?
Gerbiling's a verb. Hey,
did you gerbil?
Have you been gerbling recently?
Have you been gerbling because
have you been Richard Gearing recently?
Did you Richard Gere a little gerbil up your cunt and because it smells
because it smells like a hamster, a gerbil cage that hasn't been changed in a few weeks. It smells like a fish tank that hasn't been cleaned.
Done. And after you do that, she'll know. She will know. There was a girl that I used to know that had like fucking terrible teeth, and I really thought about just texting her from a random number and being like, "Hey, I just want to like let you know that like you're really pretty, but you should floss because you have so much tartar buildup. It's kind of like ridiculous."
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
How does a bitch just not notice she has tartar? Was she from like Argentina or England or something?
She was an American girl smoker, you know, but beautiful bartender.
She was a cigarette smoker.
I slept with her, yeah.
Cigarette smoker. Yeah, that's disgusting. But that's almost, I think that's almost worse because there is a possibility that if you have smelly cunt syndrome, that you, as the Harvard Medical Journal dubbed it, you're not aware of it. You should be aware of a gross mouth. Like you're walking around. I know that I have coffee breath right now, right? Yeah. But like, so you should know when you have tartar buildup, right? There is, if you have a bacterial vaginosis and your vagina smells all the time, it's possible you're just not aware of it because you can shower, take care of it, and it still smells.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, dude, I think really level with her. Like if we're coming, what do we always say in this podcast? What do we always say in the 2 episodes we do in this podcast? No fear of loss, freedom in a relationship, right? Freedom comes from honesty. The truth will set you free, and letting go of expectations and being willing to lose.
Right.
What you want from this girl is to date her. You want her vagina to not smell like somebody took a shit in it.
Oh my God, dude.
So you want it to not smell. You want it to not attract flies.
I think. Oh my God.
Okay. So in all seriousness,
what about the
be
old
honest
finger?
with her.
What about the old finger and you make her smell it? You think that's like, it's like a dog, you know?
Shove it under her fucking nostrils.
Yeah, you're like, do you smell that? Does that smell healthy? You should be like, and if she's like,
it's like denies you rub a dog's nose and it's
exactly.
If
she denies it, dude, then she's like, I don't smell it. No, it smells fine.
Well, then, bitch, I think you have COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe she has COVID. She can't smell.
Then you find out.
That
she
makes
goes to
total
treatment
sense.
Now, you know.
Yeah, everything's all good.
Yeah.
But now I'm assuming she's vaxxed.
Right.
Because we're a pro-vaccine podcast. I would very lovingly, and every dude in the world could disagree with me, but I've told women this before, a few women. And to be honest, I didn't want to date them, so this is kind of different, right? Like I wanted to hook up with them, but I didn't really care about dating them. I think you very lovingly have to say, you can't do that, can you?
Just tell her that you have a smelly vagina.
Babe, this is a good one. Say, babe, I'm really worried about you. I think like
no. That's
no.
Think so?
No. I remember I was dating a girl one time, my girlfriend, and her pussy smelled wrong. Like something was wrong with it.
So you're like, hey, go get checked.
And I had to go, and I said, babe, I think something's wrong. She smelled it. She smelled it. Goes, oh my God. We took her to the emergency room. She had forgot a tampon up there.
Oh my God.
Which is common. That's how this guy
save a life. Toxic shock syndrome. Have you heard of it?
This guy could frame it this way. Be like, oh my God, babe, I think there's something. is there something wrong? Like maybe you have an infection.
I think she's going to group chat that, and then every single one of her friends is going to be like, break up with that fucking piece of shit. He told you that like, he was worried about you because your vagina smelled. What a piece of shit.
Well, hey,
break up with him. He's a pussy. He can't. That's what girls will say. Like, he can't handle pussy. Like, he doesn't like
You
pussy.
can't handle me at my smelliest? No, you smelly fucking sow. Get your twat checked.
Could be just because she enjoys like hot Cheetos, like I mentioned.
No.
It could be that it's a dietary thing. It's a dietary thing.
I've eaten the pussy. I've eaten some of the most immaculate Argentine pussy from a chick that smokes Lucky Strikes.
Okay.
Like it's a vape pen, and it's that doesn't really affect
just genetics.
I used to think it's just, and so what this girl will do, if she sounds like a real one, I have no idea. I'm hoping for the best. She'll go to the doctor, and the doctor will say, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with you, but you might have bacterial vaginosis, and then you take it from there. And then the doctor suggests an oral treatment, and you take it from there.
All right. Well,
that's probably not going to work.
Good luck,
that's
dude.
probably not going to work. So you can either keep it honest, you can lie and have your buddy send in a text. The anonymous text works, or as my man Leo said, as the Taoists would say, move on, because she ain't for you.
She might be the other one. But tell her. But if we're keeping it simple, just tell her.
Yeah, but lie and say, you frame it in a way that like you're worried about her health.
Yeah, be like, hey, I don't know if it smells. It smells a little bit different than you normally smell. You know, maybe something like that. Say,
well, 2 out of 3 times. Hey, babe, it smells like how you normally smell.
It smells like it's
rancid.
Like 2/3 of the time you smell terrible. So,
but if one of the times it didn't smell, there's hope.
There is hope. You have hope, buddy. You have hope.
Best of luck. Thanks, Jim. Oh, I love this fucking podcast.
Let's go, dude.
Vamp while I find the next question. Do you want to read one of these?
What else have we got? Yeah. Which one should I go?
Let's see. Let's talk about like a serious one. Why don't we do... How should I... Whatever you want.
How should I move on from a breakup?
Or how do I get my ex back? That could be good. Frame it.
How to win your ex back after the breakup.
All right.
All right. We were dating and
Tricky
everything.
One.
It is, yeah. You've been trying, right? For a long time. We were dating and everything seemed fine. Sex 4 times a week. Hang with her parents. Trips to Europe.
Wow.
About a year in, my career took off and I started focusing on work a lot. I'm a lawyer. She started getting... I like when we have intelligent listeners.
Yeah, absolutely.
She started getting distant, and I kind of shrugged it off and figured the money and expensive dinners would make her happy. Never works. Sure enough, after a weekend of slaving at work, she broke up with me, saying I couldn't love her the way she feels like she needs to be loved. Sounds like she was cheating, buddy boy. How do I get her back? I do miss her, and I've been depressed. It's been 4 months with her continued dismissal of my attempts to get coffee or meet up. I do know where she works at a Starbucks, and I've thought about going in maybe. Please help.
Jesus, he's dating a girl, not classist. Clearly, this guy's not...
she's probably
pretty hot.
Not
pretentious.
She was probably like a trophy wife, you know what I mean? Or
works at Starbucks?
Oh, no, not a trophy wife. She was like a trophy girlfriend. He's probably like starting his career in law. How old are you when you start your career in law? 28, 27?
Yeah, something like that.
So he's probably a guy,
doesn't
like say his age. He's from Wisconsin.
What's his name?
Jerry
from Wisconsin. A lot of J's.
Yeah, so many J's. Dude.
Jimmy, James, Jerry.
Yeah, James, yeah.
Jerry from Wisconsin. Okay. Well, first of all, congrats on the law career.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. It's probably not that hard to pass the bar in Wisconsin.
No, dude, have you seen Making a Murderer? Those
lawyers
suck.
I had no idea what they were doing. This guy. So congrats.
They had to get the feds involved.
But he's probably making $75K, but murdering over there in Wisconsin.
$75K is like a king's ransom over there, dude.
He took her to Europe, though. That's cool. Maybe he just thought ahead of it. He was one of those guys that plans the trips to Europe.
You took a bitch from Starbucks to Europe that you just met?
Yeah, this bitch should be fucking sucking your cock,
no
dude.
Shit.
I don't give a fuck if you're
this
fucking...
chick's got a lot of confidence that the future's going to be better.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck is her problem? But we do have some ways to get her back.
So that it sounds, well, first of all, you're chasing, right?
Yeah.
After you're broken up with, like the iron law is no contact.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
She might come back. She'll come back.
Yeah. Now, it's very likely that if you give the no contact rule, if you really maintain, and what Coach Corey Wayne does talk about, right? This is really the only thing he talks about, is when you're broken up with, no contact. And clearly there's something she wants from you that you're not giving her, which is attention, right? Now, it's with the art of romance and wooing and pickup, whatever you want, it's a fine line.
Yeah.
You don't want to show too much attention, but if you don't show enough, that's not good either.
I haven't been disciplined ever enough to really kind of just, when I want a girl back, I can't go that long without talking to her. But the longer I go, the easier it is and the bigger chance you have of getting her back.
Yeah, yeah. And the less that you contact her, even if you do fuck up, and like most men, especially young men that have never really been through this, they will try to win her back, right? Because that's 100%. What men, biologically, that's what we want to do. Is we're hunters. We want to find solutions. Girls don't want solutions. They want just to sit in their feelings, right? Yeah. So there's something that you did, and it sounds like you just didn't give her enough attention that made her lose attraction for you, right? It's all about attraction. Women can't help when they become attracted or when they lose attraction. So
this could be a self-esteem issue on her part too. When a lot of times when if she's working at Starbucks and you are kind of murdering
coming up in the game.
Yeah, coming up in the law game. You know, whenever she goes places, everybody's talking to you. Everybody's like, fucking Jerry, dude, you're killing it.
Right. She's asking all of your friends, like, hey, what kind of, would you like that with hot or iced?
Right, exactly. You know? At work, she has to worry about, making the perfect cappuccino with not too much foam.
Have you been to Starbucks?
Yeah, the worst.
They don't have to worry about shit, dude.
Shitty
they
coffee.
Press two buttons and it fucking comes out.
Everybody at her work is like, oh my God, I wish I could get home and open the door for my lab. It's dying.
Yeah, everybody's raising a rescue dog where she works. And saying gender's a construct.
Exactly. So meanwhile, you're killing it. And so she probably just feels like, oh my God, he's going to break up with me one day. I might as well do it now. And so she's probably going on one of those, like she wants to learn about herself and maybe grow a little bit before.
Right.
Or, I don't know the inner workings. I mean, you could have been one of those guys that just got so into his work that you were just like fucking you were just being carnal with her and just using her as like a sack of fucking.
Yeah.
Like just.
You're using her as a fucking stuffed turkey.
Exactly.
You're using her as a turkey baster.
Pretty much. And you were
the gravy. And your fucking man juice was the gravy, dude.
You were making her a fucking.
And you would wait till she had cranberry sauce. And fucking shove that gravy into the cranberry. Right so and made her lick it up.
Yeah, you could have been making her feel like inhuman. I could see that. I could see that a lot. A lot of guys that are hardworking, they don't remember that a human being is in front of them. And that's part of your own growth. Like,
well, you got to do that too. You have to have romance. Like, even when you're dating a woman for a while, you still have to treat her like your lover. Yeah. Like, even if you're married, you got to figure out ways to keep treating your wife like you're new, like you're. And when you quit, you got to try. Basically, like you got to be on your toes. And it sounds like this guy was just probably slipping, and it's not nothing. It's not your fault.
This guy seems like he's got his shit together. So I'm going to recommend something called. It's a book called The Compound Effect. And in The Compound Effect, so this guy was all about how the top people in the world just have a different routine than you do, you know what I mean? So his routine, he said that it included, because he works hard and he does spend a lot of time at work, every single day he wanted to do something special, like leave a note, do something. Every single day, part of his routine was doing something special for his wife.
Wow.
Be it a little gift, be it a big gift, be it, if you're making a lot of money, be it flowers, be it a note, be it an email, be it a text message you send in the middle of the day with a picture or something. Maybe you send her a cock pic from the copier room at the office.
Right, or from the intern.
From the intern.
You don't want to take your shit out because it's the Me Too era now, so you got to get like an underling to do it because you can't as a CEO. It's too much heat. Exactly. So you make like the guy that's like the new graduate from Harvard, but he's starting in the mailroom at CAA. You make him pull his pants down, and you say, you'll never work in this town again if you don't fucking listen to me. Right. And if this leaks, you're a dead man.
Right.
Literally.
Literally, you just
I know Harvey Weinstein. I'm going to spring him from jail. He's going to force you to watch him shower, and then he's going to jerk off into a fucking potted plant in front of you.
Oh, yeah. You combine two Me Too's. I think that was fucking the guy, the newscaster guy, Matt Lauer. He's the one that jerked off into the plant, I think.
No. Harvey jerked off into a plant.
Harvey did?
What did Lauer do? Lauer was a great one because he was such a sanctimonious cocksucker.
He was. Yeah.
I was so happy when he fell Because he was like the holier than thou guy, you know?
Yeah, and he was fucking bitches like in his office till they passed out and shit, like crazy shit.
Or when they were damn, so he's got a dick game.
I think he's...
If you can fuck a bitch till you passed out, she's passed out.
He's kind of a good-looking guy.
I'm kind of jealous, dude.
Yeah, he got $25 million or some shit from fucking CBS.
As a severance?
Yeah, something crazy.
Damn, just to fuck chicks till they pass out? I'd take 25 M's.
So,
but yeah,
that's
good advice though. So you do something small. So yeah, I mean, now he wasn't married to this chick, right?
No, but you took her to Europe. You hung with her parents. It could be her parents in her ear or her friends too. But maybe.
But the long story short is she's young and she's feeling all these things: insecurity, not wanted, not shown enough attention.
Right.
She has to just figure these things out.
Right.
And it sounds like you need to just focus on you.
Yeah,
that's the main
right.
The main points are you focus on you and do not reach out to her.
Yeah.
You need to have her miss you.
Right.
You need to have her wondering what you're up to.
Right.
You know?
But I'm a thespian. I'm a little theatrical.
Sure.
So I'm going to throw a little something else at you.
Okay. Fair enough.
If you really want to get her back, I've always thought about doing this, and you can just borrow it from me. You can have it. I have never done it. Hire a mariachi band to show up to the Starbucks. I've talked about this before, but can you imagine? And then you sing you're in attire too.
It's a bunch of guys that look like producer Paul.
Yeah, and they just come in, just and you're just like, I love you.
And then they go,
yeah.
Yo quiero un café.
Yeah, they just come in.
Con leche. Con hielo, no caliente.
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
I like that.
You come in, you do that, you leave her with a note.
No, but he
you leave her
doesn't
some
come in.
flowers.
He hires a mariachi band. He doesn't show up.
No, he has to show up. He has to show up.
No, don't show up to her work, dude. Hire the band.
Hire the band to show up to work and just not show up.
Yeah, and get her fired.
Get her fired, dude.
Oh, that's the thing. You could make her dependent on you. Get her fired so she can't make her rent, and then she's got no choice but to reach out to you.
There it is. Genius.
Ruin her credit.
Ruin her credit. I like that.
Steal her credit cards and run up insurmountable debt.
So she depends on you so much. But yeah, so have a little fun with it.
So you think but do you really think grand gesture? Like sending
cool.
flowers
I'm a movie buff, dude.
Yeah,
I've seen it so many times. Every now and then, you got to do something in public.
Right.
Every now and then you got to let the world know that that's your chick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you got to know that that's probably not going to work. You got to know that.
Well, if she's fucking awesome, it will work. Because if somebody hired a mariachi band and came to my work, dude,
I'd be like, wow, I'm really over it.
You're a piece of shit. But I would be like, wow.
No, because the mariachi music fucking sucks.
No, it's the humor of it. It's so for the uniforms, and it doesn't suck. I think it's nice.
No, it's the worst thing when you're in Mexico. So imagine working at a Starbucks in Wisconsin. First of all, you're going to get the fucking...
I love this is Wisconsin.
You're going to get Homeland Security called on these people. The INS is going to show up and run all these poor Mexican mariachi bands' paperworks.
I doubt that you can even find 4 guys that play well enough
it's
mariachi.
Gonna be tough, dude. Yeah.
It's going to have to be like a fucking... I don't know.
They're all going to have to be smuggled up by the Sinaloa cartel.
Maybe just get like a Sum 41 cover band.
Right. Oh, Sum 41.
Come in,
now we're thinking. Yeah.
I'm in too deep. Yeah.
Because I'm in too deep. Yeah, get a Blink 182 cover band to come in banana suits.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, you're into theatrics. Look.
I am into the theatrics.
Do what your heart says to do. Like,
if you love her, bro, if you really love her and you can't live without her, because that's what I think love feels like.
The iron fast rule is... follow the rules. If these are good girls, if these are good women, right? Yeah. Then the laws of attraction are going to apply. And the law in this case is to not reach out to her, lawyer, right? Like this guy sounds like he goes by the book. So what you're going to want to do is really let her be in her feelings, let her miss you. Let her watch your Instagram stories. She will reach out. If what you were doing to make her lose attraction is you were simply not showing her enough attention, that's a fix.
Right.
That's a fix to where...
Yeah, it is.
And if you tried to show her at least that you cared about her by trying to win her back, now give her the space. You said your piece, give her the space, let her come to you. You know,
and she will, and trust that she will.
Yes,
you have to believe that she will. And while you're manifested, sure, and stay positive about it. But
and work
while
on yourself. Get so fucking rich. That never hurt.
Get more rich if you're a lawyer. If you're fucking killing it in Wisconsin, bro, you can probably save your rent's fucking $800. You fucking
seriously.
piece of shit.
Yeah,
you asshole.
Just don't do heroin.
Don't do heroin,
and you'll
or
probably
drink too much.
Yeah,
Green Bay, right? Green Bay, the Packers, bro. Anyway,
you could
cheese. You could also and
sure
stay in the gym, right? Did we say stay in the gym?
Yeah, stay in the gym. Stay in the gym.
Breakups, the best time to go to the gym. And don't eat too much. Be depressed about it. Don't eat. That's how you stay shredded.
No, seriously, like my abs, I've never had more of a six-pack, and I've not worked out at all because you hold stress in your gut.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, dude, and just know that one of two things will happen. Either she'll come back and you'll live happily ever after, or you'll find someone better. Someone that's really meant for you.
You always have to believe you're going to find someone better. And most guys that do, if you continue working on yourself, you will find someone better.
And I don't want to just shit on her either. Maybe she's in school. Maybe she's studying to get her own law degree, right?
Maybe you fly in the guys from LA, the mariachi band. You fly them in. You spend a couple of $1,000s on this because it'll work. You let me film it.
Maybe you learn how to play the guitar and you buy your own mariachi suit. So yeah, thank you for that question. But, but if she's batshit crazy, like if she hasn't been raised right, then maybe grand gestures will work. Get
her a mansion down in Wisconsin.
Yeah, get her.
That was one of the worst lyrics ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, T.I. was truly an abomination.
Dude. Remember that?
Yeah, of course. All right, what else we got on the docket? The
first one. How should one move?
How should I move on from a breakup?
Okay, so this guy wants to move on.
Hey, fellas, love the new podcast concept. I was with a woman on and off for a year, and she was the love of my life. I met her while she was getting out of a relationship with another guy. And when we started hanging out, things went super quickly, and it was magical. Well, I see red flags written all over this. We said we loved each other after only a few dates, had great sex, took trips together, and basically just became best friends. Oof, been here, bud. But it turns out, faggot.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Who's friends with chicks, dude?
What?
Gay. But it turns out she wasn't over her ex, and she ended up going back to him.
All right, well, that's a good way to... I mean, that is like a concrete, like the double sword from Gladiator chopping your head off. Like, you're not going to get back together after that, unless you're a cuck.
I feel broken now, like the rug was pulled out from under me. It's been 6 months now, and I still think about her every day. How do I move on? It's starting to affect my life, and I can't get anything done. Thank you for your question, my man.
Binge eat.
First of all, where is this guy from?
Drinking.
This is Mike. Mike from Delaware. Delaware.
Nice.
It's a good tax haven, Mike. Yeah. So you think about all the money you're saving on
these guys have such cheap rent. You guys shouldn't fucking be depressed at all.
I think Delaware's going up though.
Really? I don't know enough about Delaware.
It's a worthless state.
Yeah,
we gotta stop talking shit about the listeners. We don't want them to deter them from writing them in. We care about you guys. Truly, that's why we started this podcast. I've fucking been here. Like I recently went through something a little similar to this, except the sex wasn't great, and yeah, she was kind of that was the only really thing that was different, and she was mean, and my work life never got affected. But everything else about this email is something that I went through in the last year. It was the genesis of this podcast. So I'll start with my story. So I had something very similar. Now this girl, I almost guarantee you, as sure as the fucking sun may rise, has a mail bag full of issues, right? Because normal women, healthy women, when they break up with a guy, they don't leapfrog to another man. They don't go back to him either. They stay in a relationship till it's done. They hurt, they grieve, they recover, and they start dating again.
Yep.
This woman, it sounds like, probably had you in the wings even before she broke up with this dude. She was not happy with this guy for whatever reason, right? And when women start to be dissatisfied in a relationship, they look for attention elsewhere. So that's what you were doing. That's what happened with you, man. Like you swept her off her feet and you were kind of like a glorified pillow in a way. You were a glorified rebound, unfortunately. And that hurts, but it kind of sounds like what this maybe was. So yeah, you started hanging out with her. You said you loved her after 3 dates. You didn't know her. But you were so far into your emotions that it was overtaking your logic, right?
Which is basically every time that you fall in love.
Well, that's why they say fools rush in. But that's why we learn, right, Leo?
Well, yeah, eventually you get your heart broken enough times that you stop giving a fuck about pretty much anything. And when you stop giving a fuck about anything, then, you know, for some reason, the universe will send you a great chick.
Right.
And then you'll fuck her up. And then the whole cycle continues on and on. But like we said, don't do as we do, do as we say.
Do as we say. So
for the
actually
breakup,
do as I do, because I'm actually a living testament to how you can...
I don't think it's over. It's not over. You're going to try to get her back.
Well, she was on my manifesting sheet over there. But
damn it, dude. If you see her at a comedy club, you're fucked. Huh?
No, but here's not really, though, because I actually have gotten to the point now with this girl where I can totally live without her. I feel better that I'm not with her. And look I went viral on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Like the minute mentally that I moved on from this girl, not just saying I was over her, not just because the way that I deal with moving on from a breakup is workaholism. I just throw myself brutally at my mission, right? Which is what you should be doing. You should be focusing the fuck on what it is that you want to do with your life.
And start chipping away at it.
That's it. Young men, stop putting all of your self-esteem into relationships. Leave that to women. Men need to focus on their mission first.
Yes.
Because it all gets old, my man. Pussy, even the woman you love changes.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be huge challenges with that. Your mission is what is going to carry you through life. So that's the first thing, baseline, putting all that aside for a sec. Focus on what the fuck it is that you are going to do.
Yes.
Your reason here on earth, your gifts, what you contribute to this planet in the small time that you have on it. I'm lucky enough, we're lucky enough that we have this mission that drives us every day, which is stand-up comedy, podcasting,
making people laugh,
this craft. It's so hard. It's so fun. It takes up so much time that it's very easy to distract yourself from the hurt you're going through. So that's what I was doing. But still, everything I did, walking around, stand-up, podcasting, writing, it was only fucking other girls. It was only a brief numbing, right? And then I would go back to the hurt.
Of course. Look, if you want to upgrade, the best feeling after, the fastest way to get over an ex, and this is just facts, is by finding somebody else, right? And oftentimes...
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
It's the fastest,
it's the fastest, but if he's really hurting the way I was hurting, that's not going to do shit. Like, he thinks he found the one, and he thinks he lost the one. So right there, again, he's worried about what? Outcomes. He's fearing loss. But I'm telling you, mentally, when I made that switch, and I'm talking about this was like a month ago, I made the switch. This woman who I really like with the taint came back into my life.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I went viral on YouTube. I got 30,000 subscribers now.
Can go, baby.
And this idea for the podcast came to us, and look what happened. We made it happen.
Oh, yeah.
So a podcast that's going to be life-changing. So, but mentally, I had to make that switch. So, dude, you might just need to sit in the pain, too. Look, you got to sit in the pain.
In Think and Grow Rich, there's a whole section basically saying that one of the greatest motivational times in any man's life is when he's going through a breakup. And if you can use breakup motivation to further your life every time, to make you a shinier penny, to make you a stronger man,
yes,
you will benefit every breakup. And not only that, you will find a better chick the next time around.
Because you're going to be better.
You're going to
work on your
more
shit.
Jacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just in a total vain kind of way, like you can use it to get shredded in the gym.
Yeah.
If you have a really great body as a man, you can take your shirt off at the beach and shit. Like you're going to get a lot of chicks no matter what age group you're in. Use it to get in
and you're a
great physical shape.
Yeah. Or you're a lawyer. Or no, that's the last guy.
That was the last guy.
I don't know what this guy does.
Who knows? He's probably.
So yeah, no, that's it. And your girl may come back. You got to remember that.
May come back,
like my girl, my ex, she may come back into the fray years from now. Long term, I was thinking about this. Long term, if you just stick it out long enough, you can get any pussy. Like, unless she gets fully married, but a chick this toxic, like how you're describing, like going on and off, leaving a guy, going back to him, she's going to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
More than likely, unless she has some overwhelmingly deep spiritual revelation about herself.
Which I doubt.
She's going to come back to you if you just maintain the no contact rule, right?
Yep.
And become such a fucking winner.
Right.
Become so secure in your masculinity. There's a high chance that even after a long period of time, she'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get to decide whether you want to take her back or not. And you
he's-
may not want to. A lot of men, you might just say, look, I want to smash a couple of times and then just to feed the ego.
Right.
And then see you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I'm doing so good now.
He was asking should I move on? If this guy could be set on moving on though, which is good because she did go back. Like she basically probably cheated on you. It seems like she might. If she was going back to the ex, she was fucking well.
Right.
If you met her,
well, he met her as she was getting out of the
so
relationship.
she did
with
the
old
same
guy.
thing to you, probably. Yeah. So she's shady. You don't even want her. So again, moving on. Another good tactic I've liked after breakups when you're really in need of something.
Yeah. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, kind of change your scenery a little bit. Maybe take a class. You know what I mean? Go join some kind of co-ed team. You know, things that you wouldn't normally do, like to do it for like every one of those things are maybe like 3 months max. So it's like go out and experience a little different,
change your patterns.
Yeah, change your patterns. That can often put you in a different, direction in your, not a different direction, but it could put you in a place where you meet someone that you wouldn't meet normally, or you just have perspectives from different humans that you wouldn't normally have. And it really does help take you out of your funk. So try new things when you want to move on. That's another thing you could do.
Here, this is a good one too that I just thought of. I think about, especially with this toxic ex, I think about the bad times. Like when I miss her, when I find myself or I'll see something on Instagram about her, I'll actually think about the times that I hated being with her. I'll think about something I didn't like with her, which look, that might not be the deepest, most Zen way to go about it, but it makes me feel better. It's actually a practical thing you can do to change the stress that you feel in that moment. Cause when you see an ex that you miss, on social or whatever, it's like getting gut punched.
Oh yeah. It is.
So what I do is I think back to how annoyed I would get when she would constantly talk about how great she was, right? Boom. I would think, God, that's fucking annoying.
God,
I would think back to her fucking hairy asshole. Because a lot of times she was ungroomed back there, or her taint. Yeah, I remember I was trying to eat her pussy. We were on a hike in a Joshua Tree, and we started fucking around on the hike. And I was trying to eat that ass from behind, and it was just too bushy.
Wow.
She looked like we'd been hiking, So I think about that. I think about how exhausted I would be, how unsure I would be, how doubtful I felt about actually being able to be with this woman forever. And that's when, and it just cheered me up. I'm like, oh, maybe I did the right thing. Right. So you could do that. Cause I doubt with a woman like this that everything was just fucking rosy.
Yeah.
And then, something happened, and then she just went back to her ex. She was probably acting out. She was probably trying to get you to break up with her. She was probably, treating you like shit. So you got to think back to those times. You got to think back to wow, I really don't miss that. You got to not miss. That's how you make yourself not miss her, And that's part of loving yourself too. You got to have some self-esteem.
Yeah. And also
you deserve better.
Remember that don't beat yourself up if you have days where you don't do anything, you're not productive because you're missing her and all you do is drink in bed all day. I get it. We've all been there.
Know that it's going to hurt, but it will pass. There's no way that it won't pass.
This too shall pass.
We've all been through it, right? That shit. I mean, how long did it take you? That ex, man.
Not 100% over her still,
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to get her back. So, you know what I'm saying? Mariachi band.
But are you? Do you say you're functioning again?
Oh yeah, I'm functioning. I'm functioning at a high level. And what helped me the most was my roommate basically dragged me to the gym all the time and then getting a shitload of attention from women. And then I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
I got to worry about one chick. She's a great chick. You know what I mean? But point of the story is I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, no, that's true. And I mean, God, it's so crazy how you'll look back in 3 years. And if you could do this too, have you been with an ex that you went through something similar with, and then you like think about how you think about that person years later? You're like,
nothing,
it's nothing. It's completely irrelevant. Like I look back at girls I dated that I thought I loved 5 years later. I'm like,
care less,
I wish them well. Sometimes we talk to each other and it's like a buddy, but there's zero emotion attached to it. You're like, it's so silly that I went through that, you know? So, you know, a divorce or being married for so many years, that's something different. That's where therapy. And I don't not recommend therapy for this guy.
We're an advocator.
You know?
Advocate therapy for anybody who wants to get,
Yeah. But, but listen to this podcast, and definitely, you know, what helps get over your ex is to, you know, join the super chat for $5, donate to our Patreon, you know, become a Patreon member.
Absolutely.
You know, follow us on Instagram.
We'll all do this together, you know?
Subscribe to the channel, you know, rate and review.
To both of our minds and yours on the super chat, you know what I mean? We'll all figure it out together. We'll huddle up, man. Group think.
Yeah, group think. Do we have time for another one, or where are we at? Okay. How should I stand up to her when she's being a cunt? This is one of them that we read. This is a good one.
All right, hit it.
This is a good one.
We can. This doesn't. We don't have to. This probably doesn't take.
We're gonna clip this.
Too long.
We're gonna clip this. We probably won't say the C word. How to stand up to her when she's being a cunt. This is Ryan from the Bronx. Ryan from the Bronx. I didn't know.
Gotta be a Yankee fan.
I did not know we had listeners in the Bronx. Well, it'd be very ironic if he was
Ryan,
a Mets fan
too. Yeah.
I've been dating a Puerto Rican chick. Oh, you really are from the Bronx. I've been dating a Puerto Rican chick for the past year. The sex is crazy. No surprise. Wink, wink. I throws in a little joke. And she's a great hang. I'm starting to fall in love with her. And her craziness. I'm starting to fall in love with her and her craziness, but I'm scared of her. Physically scared of her, it sounds like. She snaps at me or blows up at me at least once a week. And when she does, I either cower in fear or I break up with her. And then we have a bunch of drama, and I go through a ton of stress trying to get back with her. What should I do? I feel like I'm in a cycle and I can't get out of it. Well, buddy, you are in a cycle, but you certainly can get out of it.
It sounds like she's hitting you or something. Does she hit you?
Is she like, is she sending her like brothers that just got out of jail to like fuck you up? Yeah. Is she pulling a Sonny Corleone on a Carlo from Godfather Part 1?
Yeah.
Well, look, dude, so you're with you're with a Puerto Rican chick, so you got to know from the beginning what you're getting into. Okay. It's like I got with an Irish girl and she's got a drinking problem. Hey, genetics. But no, we love our Latin fan base. We love our Puerto Rican fan base.
J-Lo
although they are the white trash of the Latins. We all know that. We all know that. Every Latin will tell you that. So, I mean, they're the ones that wear sweatpants and have their baby daddies tattooed on their titties. You know,
Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, they smuggle in balloons of heroin for their baby daddies doing a bit upstate. But look, if you're physically scared of her, I would say perhaps move.
Buddy, it's over, buddy. If you're physically scared of her and you...
I mean, is she jacked?
No, maybe she stabs him. Maybe she uses weapons.
Probably. Well, again... Rican.
She snaps at me or blows up at me at least once a week.
She pulled like a 1950s greaser. She pulls out like a switchblade.
What did I tell you? Yeah.
Katie says.
Yeah.
What you fucking around, mommy?
She's just a butterfly knife.
Yeah. She just gives you little stabs, but not enough to hit an artery, but just enough to keep you in line.
Damn,
it's like prodding an elephant in the circus.
Yeah.
Well, look, first of all, just like any animal, if you don't stand up to it, and abuse, you will get more of that abuse.
I think a stern, loud voice. I mean, you can't hit her because chicks they're weak.
Snitches. They're weak and they'll snitch on you.
Snitches and you can't hit them and they could hit you as much as they want.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the truth.
But I don't know. He hasn't said that she's hit him yet, but she just blows up at you.
This guy, she hits him.
But look, her love language could be drama. So look, I, for one, love a little drama in a relationship. I don't think it's bad to want some drama.
100%.
I don't think it's bad. Like, if you watch Corey Wayne and all these dudes that go by the book, they'll say, you're just going to want something easy. You're just going to want something. You get to an age where you just want something easy and fun and no drama. Fuck that. Everybody's got their preference. A little bit of drama is okay. It keeps things interesting. But there is a fine fucking line. So what you need to do You've been with her for what, a year? You need to nip this in the bud now.
Yeah.
You need to stand up to her. And I know it's scary. I know it's scary because you don't want to lose her.
Yeah, but you could gain her more. If you stand up her, she could be like, oh my God, my pussy's wet. I don't know why. He yelled at me like, shut up. I'm not taking the trash out this time.
Oh, is this Napoleon Dynamite calling in from the Bronx?
Ryan, dude?
Shut up, Cecilia. I don't care if you're going to send your brothers on Ducati bikes to come fucking stomp me out with their Timberland boots. I don't care that you still have a beeper on your ankle from when you got arrested for that smash and grab job you did. Okay? I don't care if the feds are investigating you for cocaine trafficking.
Yeah.
No.
I'd love to know what his sex life is like. You think this guy's getting dom?
Well, I mean, look, he said it's crazy. It's probably amazing. So look, you need to standing up to a woman creates attraction.
Yeah.
And you don't have to start yelling. You don't have to start fucking, if you match her energy, that's just going to make her yell back. Yeah. What is going to make her stand down is actually the opposite. Mm-hmm. It's just saying, hey, don't talk to me like that. If you're going to talk to me like that, you need to take a day.
Right.
Because I want to be with someone who's nice to me. I want to be with someone who treats me like I deserve to be treated.
How many Latinas have you dated?
A lot. A few. This past was a Puerto Rican. So I call her Puerto Rican, not Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican. So just because when you don't raise your voice, when you're just certain in your manhood, that's what a crazy chick needs, is the opposite. She needs a guy who's so calm that you're supposed to be the mountain as a man, and a woman is supposed to be free to be this like crazy wind that revolves around you. You know what I mean? So when she is acting out, when she is snapping at you, when she's popping her acrylic nail at you, when she's saying, "Where's this money for these Pampas? My little baby can't eat no fucking books. You studying all the time? I need Similac. I need baby powder. I need some Dolce and Gabbana." You say,
"Damn,
I do a good Rican accent."
You do.
You need to say, "Look, sweetheart, I love you, but I'm just not going to be talked to this way. So either you're going to fucking..."
This guy should call it quits with this chick?
No, I don't, because we don't know the nuances to this. We don't know the nuances. I mean, he said, "I'm scared of her." Okay, like...
She's got a fat ass, though. You know, like
she's got a fat ass and some fucking big country titties and some big fucking South Bronx titties.
Don't let that go.
No. Just do me a favor. Don't break up to her. If you break up with her, she views that as weakness.
Right.
And women who view weakness will fucking exploit it. Okay? So do not break up with her. Make her break up with you, if anything. But you let go of that fear. You let go of that fear of loss, that fear of attachment, that fear of abandonment, right? And you stand up for yourself and you say, "Hey, don't talk to me that way. I love you. And if you say you love me, you're not going to be blowing up at me like this."
I fucking love it.
That's it. And you say it with that calm voice, and it's like a dog that just gets fucking hit with a spray of water. You're going to see her just be taken aback.
It'll
like,
be nice.
Okay.
I'll be honest, dude. I usually just yell back, and that's probably
most people do.
Most people do,
and that's why we're learning.
Like you would yell back though, because he cowers.
See, I do the opposite. Like when I was with this past chick, I was scared of losing her, so I would make a joke, or I would put it back on me, or I would cuck too much. Like I didn't stand up to her enough. It's one of my biggest regrets in my last relationship was not standing up to her enough. You know, and would she have left anyways? Probably, because she's in a toxic back and forth. But at least it's on my terms. You see? At least you stood up for yourself. At the very least, you know? So, yeah, man. So good luck with that. I envy the pussy that you must be getting. Yeah. Sounds incredible.
Puerto Rican pussy?
And you stay in the cycle for a little bit. Who cares?
Stay in the cycle. Stay in it for the pussy, dude. There are worse things to stay in things.
Hey, man. What's a couple of slaps across the face if that pussy tastes like butterscotch?
Exactly. A couple public blow-ups, couple of maybe embarrassing moments. Maybe she ruins a couple dinners. Who cares?
Yeah. You're at your work, you're at your job, and she comes in with a little Hector, baby little Hector on her shoulder, saying, "Where my fucking SSI check didn't come."
Right.
What's going on with that?
I need money for groceries.
What's going on with that? Yeah. I'm eating bodega. I'm still eating bodega sandwiches. Okay. I want you to take me to nice places like Cheese Factory. or Macaroni Grill.
Yeah, dude. And then take her to the Cheesecake Factory, man.
Yeah.
Fucking splurge a little bit. Fuck it, you know?
Yeah, dude. And fucking strap up.
Yeah, definitely
because you may need to fucking... No. Carry a gun.
Oh, yeah. For her brothers.
Yeah. You guys, hell of an episode. We will see you next week. We love you so much. And from the bottom of our hearts, take care of yourself. It will get better.
It will.
All right.